I'm sure most of people who play video games ranging from the early 2000s to the mid 2000s have played this game alone or either with friends, whether that is wreaking chaos, having fun, spawning props, or even playing custom game modes. I'm talking about the world of Garry's Mod, a place where creativity knows no bounds, and yet within its vast, open sandbox lies an eerie stillness, a sadness, a loneliness that you can't quite shake off. Gmod isn't just a game. It's a canvas for our imagination. It's a place we spend our time as early teens having fun with friends and doing crazy stuff. But when you strip away all the laughter, the fun, the multiplayer chaos, the memes, the ragdoll physics, what's left is something deeply melancholic. The empty maps, the abandoned buildings, the endless hallways, they evoke a feeling of liminality, a sense that you're caught between worlds in a place where you're not supposed to be. For example, being the last person in your school. There's a certain desolation in Gmod. The silence, the emptiness, the eeriness. It all feels so profoundly lonely, like a world that was once full of life but has since been forgotten. These spaces, once filled with laughter and joy, now stand as relics of a bygone era, haunted by memories that no longer exist. Something inherently gloomy about these maps. They remind us of places we've seen in dreams or nightmares, the familiar yet unsettling. The gloom isn't just in the lighting or the texture or the graphics. It's in the atmosphere, the feeling that something isn't quite right, as if the map itself is waiting for something, or even someone. And then there's the eeriness, the creeping sensation that you're not alone, even when you know you are. The maps in Gmod can feel like traps, with their endless corridors and dead-end rooms. You begin to wonder what's lurking around the next corner, but of course, you never find out. The fear isn't in what you see, but in what you don't. The streets, the buildings, they all feel so familiar yet so distant. They bring out a deep existential loneliness. It's as if the game is reflecting a part of ourselves. A part we don't always want to acknowledge. A part that knows what it's like to feel isolated, to be alone in a crowd, or even worse, to be alone with your thoughts. And so we come to the desolation of Gmod. The game can feel like a graveyard of forgotten places, places that were once vibrant but now are empty shells. This desolation isn't just physical, it's emotional. It's the feeling that something was lost here, something you can't quite put your finger on, and that loss leaves a mark, a scar on the game world and maybe on us too. But perhaps the most unsettling part of Gmod is the creepiness that seeps into every corner of these maps. The dark alleyways, the unexplained noises, the feeling that you're being watched. It all adds up to an atmosphere that's both haunting and inescapable. The creepiness isn't about jump scares or horror. It's about the quiet dread. The fear that something is wrong, but you don't know what. Garry's Mod is a strange, eerie place. It's a game where you can build anything, create anything, do anything. Yet it's also a game that can feel empty, lonely, and melancholic. It's a reflection of our own fears, our own sadness, a digital world that captures the feelings we often try to escape. But maybe in that melancholy, there's a strange comfort, a reminder that even in the emptiness, we're not truly alone. Because in the end, the world of Gmod is a mirror of our own, both beautiful and desolate.